Day 3 of Bengals training camp is in the books. The latest on the offense, Joe Burrow to Jamar Chase. Well, yeah, still the best duo on the planet, and much, much more right now on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. Hi again, everyone, and welcome into CBT. I'm James Rapien of BengalsTalk.com. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. Make sure you check us out wherever you get your podcast as well. And let's dive into day 3 of Bengals training camp, a day where the defense did make some plays, but the offense was certainly dominant in the red zone. The play of the day, and we already posted this, we already had to post it on all of our socials, but the play of the day is where we're going to start, because Joe Burrow, with what I'm going to call, and maybe he took a peek, but with a no-look pass to Jamar Chase, or a last-second look pass is probably the best way to describe it, to Jamar Chase, where Jamar is in the back of the end zone, doesn't really feel like he's going to have a shot at the ball. Elite ball placement. Jamar Chase gets that left hand out there, snags it, and is somehow able to get both feet down. That might be the best play we see all camp. And I know Jordan Battle and Cam Taylor-Britt were telling my guy Jay Morrison, oh, he didn't get both feet down. He got both feet down. Tap, tap, touchdown. That's 6. And the defense has to take a lap because it was the best throw and catch that we've seen through 3 days. It was a heck of a play. And so that's where we'll start. And that kind of sums up the day. I think the offense certainly made its fair share of high-end plays. Jamar, of course, T. Higgins had some nice catches. Jermaine Burton showed up and played pretty well. Beat Nate Brooks in 7-on-7s by like 6 yards and caught a touchdown in the corner of the end zone. Had other nice plays as well from Jake Browning. So nice overall day for Jermaine Burton. And I would say a nice first 3 days, as I know there's a lot of people thinking about number 81. Overall, I would say after that first day where the offense got its butt whooped, they've won the past 2 days. But the thing that I think is interesting, really, on day 2 and 3 that stands out to me is the defense has held up. The defense has made some plays. The defense has knocked the ball away and made plays on the ball. And whether it's DJ Turner doing that, Geno Stone did that today. Multiple guys were able to step up and make plays like that. So it's not all offense. It's not completely one-sided. But yeah, you look at it, and the offense has had the edge over the past couple of days. It's really good to see Joe making the throws. He just reminds everyone what he can do. And what I also think is noteworthy is all 3 of these days, as I just kind of reflect on it, Joe has had to move. Yesterday, he almost ran me over. I talked about that. The day before, early on, he had to roll out a couple times. Today, the first snap of 11-on-11, Myles Murphy gets a pressure, and Joe's rolling out and makes a throw. It was to Drew Sample. And it's one of those things where we've seen Joe move each and every day, and he's moving well and throwing on the run. And obviously the accuracy is the accuracy and all of those things. But when you hear him say the bigger, faster, stronger, he always says that during the offseason, I think you're certainly seeing the athleticism part of it, the speed element that he does work on, because he's used that, and he's throwing on the run and he's throwing on the move. The thing defensively that I think is interesting is Al Golden in the past has mentioned, and this was at the end of OTAs, like, yeah, we haven't really installed red zone. We've done all the other stuff. Well, you saw it today. The Bengals offense was certainly able to take advantage at times of the defense. But again, like I said, the defense, both days, they didn't get rattled. They weren't pointing fingers, and they responded, and they did make their fair share of plays. So I do think that that's worth noting. I thought I'm going to get to a key injury from today coming up in just a bit. One of the more fun moments from the day came from Jake Browning. Jake Browning threw a touchdown, and I forget who it was to, but it was towards the end of practice. Threw a touchdown. I believe it was to Tanner Hudson, but it might not be. And was yelling at Dejon Anthony. And I talked to him in the locker room afterwards, and he's doing the talk sign because I guess the defense was talking. And it was nice to see that Jake Browning fire. Remember from the Minnesota game where he said, "You never should have bleeping cut me"? Well, still has that. He said he blacked out. I talked to him in the locker room. But it's really, really competitive. I think early on in these practices, that's what you want. You want some back and forth. You want, by the way, injury update, Dax Hill back-to-back days in 7-on-7. Gave Mike Gesicki a little love tap, I would call it, in 7-on-7. There's been some guys going to the ground. There's been some guys that have hit, and again, you're not hitting, but thumping a little bit, even though pads aren't on. Pads will come on Monday. The Bengals are off Saturday. No practice on Saturday. They'll be back at it on Sunday. But really the thing to watch moving forward is going to be Lucas Patrick. And Lucas Patrick has played center these first 3 days. Right there, probably still the favorite to start at right guard. Cody Ford has gotten those reps because Matt Lee is nicked up. I'm told it's not serious with Matt Lee. They're being really cautious with him. They don't want this to be a lingering thing. And so Matt Lee hasn't been playing center. He's been on the sideline. I know he's chomping at the bit to get back in and to practice. Well, they say, all right, well, Lucas, just play second team center for now. And so we haven't seen him at right guard yet, even though he was with the first team right guard throughout the offseason program. But he went down today, appeared to tweak his calf. It's his right calf, and was talking to trainers, pointing in that area, and he had a sleeve on it afterward in the locker room. Didn't talk with reporters. It walked back to the locker room. I think that's noteworthy, but something to pay attention to because that's supposed to be a real battle. Lucas Patrick and Cody Ford. If Lucas Patrick has to miss some time, if it is a calf strain, well, then that's certainly going to cause him to miss a bit. And who knows how they feel about their depth there at that right guard spot behind Cody Ford. In the past and throughout camp, we've seen Cordell Volson play that right side at times, but do they want to go that route? Obviously, Volson was benched last year. Dylan Fairchild is basically going to get every single opportunity to start at left guard ahead of Volson, so we'll see what they do there. Just because it's an off day on Saturday doesn't mean we're taking off. Make sure you check out BengalsTalk.com. We're going to have you covered there all weekend long, obviously all training camp long. Hit that subscribe button. Check us out on audio as well. We're slowly building that audio platform, and who knows, maybe you should get a banana shirt on Saturday during the off day. But we will talk to you whenever news breaks. Oh, by the way, I forgot about Noah Fant. Noah Fant's out of town. He's going to New Orleans to get some gumbo and decide if the Saints are going to overpay him. I think that's what you're going to see. Does Noah Fant want the best football fit, or is he going to be able to cash in? We'll see, but he did have a good visit with the Bengals. We'll see if he ends up here in Cincinnati. I think it would be a really good fit. I talked about it yesterday if you want more thoughts on that, but he's headed to Jamar Chase's hometown to enjoy some food and visit with the Saints. When there's news, let's say they sign Noah Fant, we're going to have you covered. So until next time, for Andrew Fox Miller, I'm James Rapien. Thank you so much for watching and listening to Cincinnati Bengals Talk.